Good morning. This is the 2 a.m. initial appearance calendar for September the 12th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. We'll start with Belrita Serrarios at the podium, Nathaniel Maiden at the chair. Hello?
Hello.
Can you please state your name?
Belrita Serrarios?
And your middle name is Therese?
Yes.
Can you please tell me your date of birth?
September 20th, 1989.
Thank you. You have two cases before me today. They both have the same name and date of birth. Going with the second, they're number 2 and number 3 on the docket today. Taking number 2 first, it is for new charges. You're being charged with 1 count of possession or use of dangerous drugs as a class 4 felony, 1 count of possession or use of narcotic drug as a class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession or use of drug paraphernalia as a class 6 felony. I did find that there was probable cause for these charges. I am going to appoint counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m., a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m., and an evidentiary hearing set on September the 19th at 1:30 because you were on felony release at the time of this incident, and therefore I need to hold you without bond. Okay? So the evidentiary hearing is based on the bond issue. Okay? So now on your other case, that is a warrant for failing to show up for your court date, which was had a sentencing, and so you had existing counsel. I am confirming the cash-only bond in the amount of $1,000. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. All right, if you go to your left, you'll get your paperwork. Nathaniel Maiden, please come to the podium. Dijon Graham, please go to the chair. Hello, could you please state your full name?
My name is Brandon Anthony Maiden, but they have it under...
Oh, okay, so they have it just mixed up, but even if we fix something here, it's not going to get fixed in the true system. So just be sure to let your attorney know, and they will get that fixed.
Yes, ma'am.
But you have a warrant for your arrest. Actually, let's see. So we have that you are, hold on. But you were actually on felony release at the time of the incident. Yeah. You have a direct complaint, but the direct complaint was on June 19th, 2024. However, you were on release conditions at the time of the incident. And because of that, the way that I read the law is that I have to hold you without bond. But because of that, I will be able to we have an evidentiary hearing that I can give you. So let me just go back to the very beginning. So we have that your name, you told me is what, your name again?
Brandon Anthony Maiden.
All right, your date of birth is?
6/9/2001.
All right, and you are being charged with 1 count of possessing or using a narcotic drug as a class 4 felony, 1 count of possessing or using drug paraphernalia as a class 6 felony. The date of violation on those are June 27th, 2023. I am going to appoint counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:31 a.m. An evidentiary hearing set on September the 19th at 1:30. That's regarding the bond issue. And then a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30. All right? And then I have to hold, like I said, I have to hold you without bond. Okay, if you go to your left, you'll get that paperwork. Dijon Graham, please come to the podium. Donald Pierce, please go to the chair. Hello, sir. You have 2 cases before me today. And could you please state your name?
Juwan Grant.
And your middle name is Anderson? You need to say it loud, please, for being recorded.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is the same name I have in both cases, and your date of birth?
1103.
And that is the same date of birth on both cases, number 14 and 15 on the calendar. Going back to number 14, it is the fact that you failed to appear for a sentencing, and that was for one count of possessing or using a dangerous drug as a class 4 felony. The underlying charges were one count of possessing or using drug paraphernalia as a class 6 felony, one count of possessing or using, or one count of threatening and intimidating as a misdemeanor, and one count of shoplifting as a misdemeanor. The date of violations on those charges were May 7th of 2024. You have existing counsel in that case. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. and you have a cash-only appearance bond in that case for $1,000. On your other case, you have new charges, but because you were on felony release, that I have to hold you without bond. So, the new charges in this case is one count of possessing or using drug paraphernalia as a class 6 felony, and obstruction, refusing to give your true name as a misdemeanor. So I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30, an evidentiary hearing regarding the holding you without bond on September the 19th at 1:30 p.m., and a preliminary hearing on the felony charges on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m. All right, if you go to your left, you'll get your paperwork. Donald Pierce, please come to the podium. Miguel Tribe, please go to the chair. Hello, sir.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. You have 3 cases before me today, number 6, 7, and 8 on the docket. Could you please state your full name?
Donald Pierce.
Thank you, and your date of birth?
9/26/58.
And that is the same name and date of birth on all 3 cases. I'm just going to start with the number 6. And you have new charges. However, you were out on felony release. So therefore I need to hold you without bond. So we'll just go from there. But on this new charge, it is one count of unlawful means of transportation as a class 4 felony. I will be appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30. An evidentiary hearing, because I'm holding you without bond, on September the 19th at 1:30, and a preliminary hearing on the felony on September the 22nd at 8:30. On the next case, that is a warrant for failing to show up for your trial, which was for one count of possessing dangerous drugs for sale as a class 2 felony, with a date of violation of August 15th, 2019 is what it looks like. That you had existing counsel. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. I guess I did not set bond. Let's see, maybe because I knew you had this on here, but I'm going to set a bond on this one. You had other, just basically the fact is, it is stated for me to hold you without bond, and so I'm holding you without bond on that one as well. Okay, so then on the other one is but it wasn't because you were on felony release. It sounds like because for some of the reasons, like I just affirmed the warrant. On this one, it is the fact that you also failed to show up for your trial. However, the warrant called for a $7,500 cash-only appearance bond. So you have as existing counsel. The count was for dangerous drugs for possession for sale as a Class 2 felony. And you also have a status conference set on the same date and time on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. And I am going to affirm the cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $7,500. Right. So if you just go to your left, but right now you're being held without bond on 2 of your cases.
I didn't know I had all that.
Yes. Well, you do. So maybe you failed to show up for 2 of your. So if you just go to your left, but right now you're being held without bond on 2 of your cases.
I didn't know I had all that.
Yes. Well, you do. So maybe you failed to show up for 2 of your for trial in 2 of your cases, and then now you have new charges, so that's why you have to be held without bond. All right. Well, you go to your left to get your paperwork, and now you've got counsel to help you out. Miguel Tribe, please come to the podium. Sarah Chizema, please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Could
Hello.
you please state your full name?
My name, Miguel Uribe, date of birth 11/27/02.
Thank you. Now, you have 3 cases before me today, and they all have the same name and date of birth. They're number 5, number 19, and number 20 on the docket. So, I'm on number 5. You are being charged with 1 count of possessing or using a narcotic drug as a Class 3 felony, 1 count of narcotic drug transportations and or sale as a Class 3 felony, 1 count of possessing or using a narcotic drug for sale as a Class 3 felony, 1 count of conspiracy as a Class 3 felony, 1 count of using electronic communications to transact drug sales or transact drugs. So I'm thinking that means sell Class 3 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possessing or use Class 3. I believe they all have ATT in front of them, so I believe that's all for as attempt. They all happened today. Is the offensive date of the offense. I have that you are not indigent. Oh, by the way, I did find probable cause for these charges. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. You have a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m. I am setting a cash-only appearance bond in these cases, for these charges, in the amount of $300,000. If you do get bond out, you will be on pretrial services with electronic monitoring to be put on you before you are to be released, with curfew to be determined by pretrial services. On your next case, it's because you have a warrant for violating probation. You have existing counsel, it looks like, or else you can hire other counsel. You have probation revocation hearings set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. And you have a security appearance bond in the amount of $500. And on the other one, it's basically the same. You have a warrant for violating your probation. You have existing counsel. Probation revocation hearing set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. and a warrant in the amount of and a bond in the amount of $500. If you do get released, be sure to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right, just go to your left to get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Sarah Chizema, please come to the podium. Andre Acosta, please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Ma'am. Sorry about that. I had my reading glasses on, and it's all right. Okay. All right, could you please state your full name?
Emma?
Thank you, and I believe your middle name may be Johannes,
Yes.
and your date of birth?
09/26/9.
All right, now you're being charged with one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon as a class 3 felony. Oh, you know what, they said that you're not let me take a look at your financial profile. Oh, you definitely, so I need to edit this paperwork. I had information that said that you were not indigent, but you definitely deserve to get counsel appointed. So I'm appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. Oh, first of all, as I stated, for the charges, I did find probable cause. I am going to appoint counsel to represent you. I am going to set a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. You're not to initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. I wasn't really quite sure if you were living in the same residence as the victim, but you may not reside at the same location with the alleged victim. Even if you do own the property or are a renter of the property, you must find an alternate residence to live and provide proof of that new address at the court at your next court date. You may be allowed one civil standby with law enforcement officer to collect your belongings. Okay? If you go to your left, you'll get your paperwork. Andrea Costa, please come to the podium. I'm sorry. Oh, I did change. Oh, did I not sign it? Oh, sorry, I made changes, but I didn't sign it. Now I need to fix it again. Okay. Because, I need to, so, thank you so much for noting that. I was, for Ms. Chisema, I was appointing her counsel, so that paperwork needs to be changed. Okay. It is now signed. Okay. Mr. Costa, could you please state your name?
Andres Acosta,
And your date of birth?
1/18/04.
Thank you. Oh, hold on 1 minute. I need you to quickly check the DUI portal real quick. Oh my gosh, it looks like okay, well, the only one that's Go back to this. Go back to the calendar. Okay, and we're on Andrea Costa, right?
Correct.
Okay, yes, we're going to get back to Costa. And Lisa Wardell is at the chair, correct? Okay, just making sure. All right, thank you. So, yes, Mr. Costa. Sorry, we could just start again, just. for the-
Andres Acosta, 01-1804.
Thank you.
No problem.
And then, yes, you're being, I thought we did yours completely, because maybe not.
It's the same case, I think, or something like that.
I don't know. I thought we had already gone through all his charges.
No, we pulled him in, you did the warrant.
Oh, okay. Oh, thanks. Maybe just, yeah, because I noticed that it was all red. All right, well, then you are looking at one count of attempted, yeah, all of these have ATT in front of them, so I believe that they're all attempted. Attempted possession, narcotic possession, drugs is a class 3 felony. Possession or use of narcotic drugs for sale, narcotic transportation for sale, and conspiracy as a class 3. All of those are class 3 felonies, and then possession or use of drug paraphernalia as a class 6 felony. And I did find probable cause for these charges. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd. You have a cash-only appearance bond for $80,000. I think it's just listed for your co-defendant. That's why I was thinking.
Yeah.
It sounded so familiar. Okay, and then I am going to, same thing though, if you do make bond, release you on pretrial services. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, I did not give him a public defender, so you can't have the public defender. Otherwise, it's just one of you would have like a public defender, and then the other one would have a legal defender. But I did not appoint him counsel. Okay, but if you do make bond, you will be able to get released on pretrial services, and then you'd have to have electronic monitoring to be put on you before you're released from the jail. And then you would be on curfew would be determined by your pretrial services probation officer, okay?
Okay.
And you are not to have any contact with your co-defendant. All right, if you go to your left, you'll get your paperwork. Lisa Wardell, please come to the podium. Samantha Portolenitz, please go to the chair. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Can you please state your name?
Lisa Wardell,
Thank you, and your date of birth?
9/14/78.
Thank you. You are being charged with one count of possession or use of dangerous drugs as a class 4 felony and one count of possession or use of drug paraphernalia as a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for these charges. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 26th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 30th at 8:30 a.m. And I am releasing you on your own recognizance. Okay. On your promise to appear for court. So if you just go to your left, you'll get your paperwork. Thank you. Samantha Bertolanitz, please come to the podium. Hello.
Hi.
Could you please state your full name
Yeah, Samantha Jo Perlanet,
and your date of birth?
July 24th, 1999.
Thank you. Now, you have 3 cases before me today, number 10, number 11, and number 12. They all have the same name and date of birth. And I'll just go through them. So this one, number 10 on the docket, you are being charged with one count of unlawful means of transportation as a class 3 felony, one count of possession or use of dangerous drugs as a class 4 felony, one count of possession or use of narcotic drug as a class 4 felony, one count of possession or use of drug paraphernalia as a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for these charges, and I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September 18th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m. I'm setting a security appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. On your other case, number 11, it is a warrant for violating your probation. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have probation revocation hearings set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. You have a bond in the amount of $1,000. On your other one, it is also a warrant for violating your probation. Again, I'm appointing counsel to represent you. Again, you also have hearings, probation revocation hearings set on the same date and time, September 18th at 8:30 a.m. And I'm also setting the bond in the same amount, $1,000 again. So it's $3,000 total.
Okay.
All right, if you go to your left, you get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Brian Gutierrez, please come to the podium. Elizabeth Borrego, please go to the chair. Hello?
Hi, good morning.
Oh, good morning. Could you please state your name?
Brian Gutierrez,
Thank-
April 10, 1994.
Thank you. You
Yep.
got it. You got it going. Okay, so you have a warrant for failing to show up for court. It was for a revocation arraignment, and so you have existing counsel. You have a probation revocation arraignment hearing, possible disposition set on September the 18th at 8:30, and I am affirming the security appearance bond in the amount of $350. All right? You just
Yes,
go to
ma'am.
your left, you'll get your paperwork.
All right.
And before we start again, it's like, darn it, yeah, some more DUIs. Come on. Why? There, calendar. Okay, so, Ms. Guido? All right. Could you please state your name
Elizabeth Grego,
and your date of birth?
11/9/73.
Thank you. You are being charged with one count of possessing or using dangerous drugs as a Class 4 felony, one count of possessing or using drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have the status conference set on September the 26th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 30th at 8:30 a.m. I'm going to be releasing you on what's called pretrial services. So that's where you have an envelope. It has in there a phone number for you to call when you get out. So you're going to be released, but but basically probation, there's like a probation officer that's going to monitor you while the case is pending, to kind of like tell you, like remind you like what you have court dates and stuff. But you still need to know what your court date is and make sure that you show up for court, no matter what, okay? Because you're still going to get a warrant if you don't show up for court, right? But they're supposed to help monitor you, and also they're supposed to monitor you while you're while the case is pending. But no matter what, just show up for court. Stay in touch with your attorney, okay?
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to contact them when you get out of custody. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then if you go to your left, you'll get that paperwork. That's it, yeah. We're good on her. Philip Ramsey, please come to the podium. Jesus Pedrego, please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can you please state your name?
Thomas Ramsey,
Thank you. Your date of birth?
April 9, 1969.
Okay, you have a warrant out of El Centro Justice Court, and it's for one count of criminal trespassing in the third degree. That would be a class 3 misdemeanor. I am appointing counsel because you're in custody, so that really would be about the bond issue. You have an arraignment set on September the 17th at 8:30 a.m. There's a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Okay, so if you go to your left, you'll get your paperwork. Jesus Pedrego, please come to the podium. Hello, sir. Could you state your name?
My name is Jesus Pedrego,
And your date of birth?
October 21st, 1996.
Thank you. You have one count of possessing or using a dangerous drug as a class 4 felony, and one count of possessing a weapon in a drug offense as a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause for these charges. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m. And I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. So, okay, so if you go to your left, you'll get that paperwork. Dominic Mungia, please come to the podium. Marissa Khan, please go to the chair. Hello, could you please state your full name?
Dominic Mungia, 5188.
All right, and your middle name is Joel?
Yes.
Okay, you had a warrant for your arrest, and it was for one count of possessing or using dangerous drugs on December the 7th of 2024. I did appoint counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 26th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 30th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to be releasing you on your pretrial services. I don't know if you overheard me. It's basically where you are going to be monitored by pretrial services. So there's an envelope you're going to get, and it has in there phone number for you to contact them when you get out of custody. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, and make sure, of course, that you show up for court. No matter what, just show up for court.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just go to your left so you get your paperwork.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I guess, you know what, I just forgot, he's in custody. So, you know what, I don't want to put him on pretrial services. I'm going to give him a placeholder. Let me edit this, because I want to make sure that at least he gets credit. Well, he's in custody then. So I'm changing this, because there's no reason for me to put you give you out of custody, because then you're not going to get credit for being in custody. So I'm going to just put like a $50 bond. That way, if you get out of custody on the other one, you could be able to make like a $50 bond. Okay, there. So I just changed this to $50, and I signed it. Did it show up? Okay.
You can see the last row. I'll bring you the paperwork.
But yeah, this way, also they'll make sure that they come and take you. Otherwise, if you just had pretrial services, they might think that you're out of custody. Okay? All right. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, officer. Thank you so much for noticing. Because, I mean, obviously, I should have seen. He's in orange. It isn't just his normal attire. Marissa Khan, please come to the podium. Brenda Washington, please go to the chair. Hello.
Hello.
Can you please state your full name?
Marissa Khan?
And your middle name is Ann?
Yes.
Your date of birth?
February 1st, 1998.
Okay, and you are being charged with 1 count of possessing or using dangerous drugs as a Class 4 felony and 1 count of possessing or using drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony. I am going to, I did find probable cause for these charges. I am going to appoint counsel to represent you. You have the status conference set on September the 26th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 30th at 8:30 a.m. And I'm going to release you on pretrial services. And you're not in inmate attire, so I don't believe you're being held for something else. So I don't know, did you overhear about what pretrial services is about, how you need to contact pretrial services when you get released?
When I get out?
Yes.
Okay.
So stay in touch with them, but most importantly, show up for court.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Just
Thank
get
you.
to your left and get your paperwork. Brenda Washington, please come to the podium. Sean Hill, please go to the chair. Hello. So could you please state your name?
Brenda Washington,
Thank you. And your date of birth?
August 31st, 1961.
Thank you. And I have that you're being charged with 1 count of aggravated DUI with the fact that your license was suspended or revoked for DUI as a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause for this charge. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 26th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing set on September 30th at 8:30. And I'm going to release you on pretrial services. All right.
Thank you.
And did you hear what I talked about for what pretrial services is?
Ma'am?
Did you hear what I said about pretrial services? You need to contact pretrial services when you're released. Okay? It is on your paperwork.
Thank you.
Sean Hill, please come to the podium. Jorge Castanon, please go to the chair. Okay. Sir, could you please state your name?
Yeah, Sean Hill,
Your date of birth?
12/11/84.
All right. Now, you're being charged with 1 count of burglary in the 3rd degree using a master key as a Class 4 felony. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 26th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 30th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to be releasing you on pretrial services. I do not have any contact with the victims, okay? And, yeah. I know that the victims wanted me to try to see if somebody could put you in counseling, that type of thing, and that's not something that I can legally do during the release conditions. But I do, just make sure that you show up for court. Pretrial services is to make sure that you, is also to help you, with different, things. And so I'm hoping that may be able to help you out as well, okay? But make sure you show up for court. And giving you counsel to be able to help you out as well, okay? So just, main thing is show up for court.
Okay.
And just go to your left and get your paperwork.
Okay.
Okay, and are you getting the interpreter on the line?
Oh, this is the interpreter. I'm here.
Great. Let me see what we're doing. Okay. Let me get some water. Are you ready? Interpreter?
Yes, this is the interpreter.
Oh.
I'm ready. My name is Robert 8428.
Thank you. Okay, and then let's just start. Could you please tell us your name for the defendant?
Hola, yo soy un intérprete. Le ayuda a comunicarse con la señorita. Por favor, nos da su nombre y apellidos.
Sí, Jorge Rentería.
Yes, Jorge Renteria.
Okay. I have Jorge Alonso Renteria Castanon. Is that accurate?
Sí,
Gracias. Tengo Jorge Alonso Rentería Castellón. ¿Eso es certero?
sí.
And then your date of birth, please?
¿Y su fecha de nacimiento, por favor?
23 de abril del 93.
April 23rd, 1993.
Thank you. I have a warrant for your arrest.
Tengo una orden para su arresto.
It's a complaint from July 3rd of 2023.
Gracias, esto es un reclamo o queja de julio 30, 2023.
The offense date is April 14th of 2022.
Gracias. La fecha de la ofensa es abril 14, 2022.
It is for misconduct involving weapons as a
Gracias,
class
eso
4
es por-
felony.
Esto es por conducta inapropiada que involucra armas, un delito clase 4.
2 counts.
2 delitos.
So I am appointing counsel to represent you.
Gracias. Voy a apuntar a un abogado para que le represente.
You have a status conference set on September the 26th at 8:30 a.m.
Gracias. Tiene la conferencia, reunión de estatus, en septiembre 26, 8:30 a.m.
and a preliminary hearing set on September the 30th at 8:30 a.m.
Y una audiencia preliminar en septiembre 30 a las 8:30 a.m.
It looked to me as though you just weren't aware of the charges, so I am releasing you on your own recognizance.
Gracias. Como usted sabe y conoce sus cargos, voy a darle la libertad bajo su propio reconocimiento.
So make sure you show up for court.
Por favor, asegúrese de ir a corte.
Okay, so, ¿puedo hacer un comentario?
Can I say something?
You do not want to talk about the charges, about the case, because we're being recorded, and you don't have your counsel with you today.
No podría hablar sobre los cargos, ya que esto está siendo grabado y no tiene a su abogado con usted.
Okay,
And I can't do anything better than releasing you.
okay.
Y digamos, realmente no puedo hacer nada mejor que hoy dejarle libre.
Okay, está bien. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Just go to your left and get your paperwork.
Gracias. A su derecha usted puede recoger los documentos.
We do have another Spanish speaker.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so Hugo Amarias.
Hugo Amarías.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I can speak English.
Do you feel more comfortable speaking in Spanish, though?
I feel more comfortable, but it's okay.
No, I want you to be more comfortable.
Okay.
Okay. Interpreter, please stay around. He says that he'd be more comfortable in Spanish.
Certainly, ma'am. Not a problem.
Thank you. So, but since we are using the interpreter, I need you to speak in Spanish and to let him interpret for us.
Está bien.
So,
That is
please
fine.
state your name.
Hugo Amarillas Avilés.
Hugo Amarías Avilés.
Thank you. What's your date of birth?
Enero
¿Cuál es su fecha de
31,
nacimiento?
enero 31, 1986.
January 31st, 1986.
All right. Now, you have a warrant out of Pima County Superior Court. It is for, I'll just stop there.
Gracias. Usted tiene una orden del juzgado superior de Pina, del condado de Pina.
It is for 1 count of narcotic drugs violation as a felony. I believe that would be a class 4 felony.
Gracias. Es un cargo de drogas narcóticos. Eso es un cargo clase 4, si no me equivoco.
I don't have information as to indigency, but I can't appoint counsel to a different superior court anyway.
Gracias. Realmente no tengo información, pero de todas formas yo no puedo apuntarle a un abogado de una corte superior. De todas formas.
Now, you have an arraignment set in Pima County Superior Court on September the 17th at 8:30 a.m.
Gracias. Usted tiene una reunión de acusación en la Corte Superior del Condado de Pina en septiembre 17. Un momento, por favor. My apologies, ma'am. This is the interpreter. You said September 17th. And what time?
8:30.
Thank you. A las 8:30 a.m.
And setting the secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000.
Gracias. Se le va a poner una fianza de seguridad por la cantidad de $1,000.
Okay. Yes.
¿Está bien?
He has his hand up.
Hace 2 años fue ese problema y haz de cuenta que me quitaron los cargos. Y hoy estaba trabajando y cuando salí del trabajo fue cuando pasó eso. No sabía, no me llegó ninguna carta. Tengo 3 años viviendo en la misma dirección.
Thank you.
No sabía que me querían arrestar.
That incident happened 2 years ago. The charges were withdrawn. Then today, when I was leaving work, is that this happened and I was arrested, but I've been living the same address for the last 3 years and never got a notice or order that there was a warrant of arrest outstanding.
Okay. Well, you can bond out and then just go to court, but if you don't bond out, they will transport you to court. I couldn't, I can only tell you they have a warrant out for your arrest, and so you have to go to court.
Gracias, vea, digamos, usted puede pagar la fianza y luego ir a corte. Si no pudiese pagar la fianza, se mantendría detenido hasta que vaya a corte. Lo único que yo puedo decirle es eso.
Okay. Thank you very much. So if you just go to your left, you'll get the paperwork.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Muchísimas gracias, señora. A la izquierda puede usted recoger sus documentos.
And interpreter, thank you very much for your help.
It has been a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for calling Lion Bridge. Hope you all have a great day and weekend ahead. Bye-bye.
You too. Yeah. Oh my God, it's so hot. Just a burn now. Like during spring. I'm always hot as it is, so having to wear. I know I've been in some courts where, like, people don't care if I wear it or not. But I was in court the other week, and it's like, the judge is like, going to go. But it was like also, it was like messing up with like the paperwork on this. Like I had to write like a paper report, and I had to like write on the bench, and it was like messing up. Like it just kept like sitting stuck. And it was like, oh, you know, in that time, I'm going to quickly take a look at the warrant. It's like, my goodness. On the record, and I'll put the house call, while we're waiting to do number 13, who's being brought over, number 20, oh, he is here. Oh, then we'll just do number.
Yeah, we were sitting here waiting for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. No, I did not know. I was waiting for you guys. I didn't see him. Well, good thing then that we decided to start doing something. Okay, good. Okay, then let's get this ball in the car on the road or whatever. Okay, sir, can you please state your name? Oh, could you still please close this other door? Excuse me, could you still close the other door? I just feel more comfortable with that door closed as well. Thank you. Could you please state your name?
Andrew Thompson,
And your middle name?
Demar,
Thank you. Your date of birth?
2/17/87.
Thank you. You are being charged with one count of luring a minor for sexual exploitation as a Class 3 felony. I did find there was probable cause for this charge. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000. And if you do get released, then you have to be on pretrial services with electronic monitoring to be put on you before you are to be released from the jail. And then also you can then, pretrial services would determine what curfew restrictions there would be. I'm not going to make it home detention. It's like it had to either be one or the other, home detention then or curfew. So pretrial services can determine whether or not there'd be any curfew. Contact, you are not to have any contact with any minors. Also that you are not to use the internet at all unless it's for work or school. And yes, if you just go to your left, we'll get your paperwork. There's only one house call. That is for number 28. She wasn't able to be brought over. I forgot what is the reason she's not able to be brought over? For behavioral issues.
Yes.
I will go and do her at the sale.
She's combative.
Oh, because she's combative. If there's any changes, I will come back and do it for FTR. But her name is Hope G. Griswold, date of birth April 5th, 1969. She's being charged with one count of aggravated assault as a Class 2 felony, one count of disorderly conduct using a weapon as a Class 6 felony, one count of resisting arrest, passive resistance as a Class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of failing to obey a police officer as a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find that there was probable cause for these charges. I am appointing counsel to represent her. She has a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m. I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. If she's to be released, she's to be put on pretrial services with electronic monitoring and a curfew to be determined by pretrial services. And she's to not have any weapons. Okay. I am going to go and do the house call at her cell. As I stated, if there's any changes, I will do so on the record. Thank you. This hearing is adjourned. Okay. Okay, yes, then. This is the 5 a.m. initial appearance calendar for September the 12th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. And yes, thank you. We're going to start with you, Mr. Mitchell. So let me just get... Can you please tell me your full name?
Antoine Terrell Mitchell,
Thank you. And your date of birth?
08/19/1991.
Thank you. Now, you have 3 cases on the docket today before me. It's number 2, 3, and 4 on the docket. I'm starting with number 2. They all have the same name and date of birth, but this one is for new charges. It is 1 count of aggravated assault with a Class 6 felony, 1 count of resisting arrest as a misdemeanor, Class 1 misdemeanor. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. You are not to initiate contact with any alleged victim or have any, do not initiate contact with the alleged victim, which actually is an officer. And you're on probation, correct?
Yes.
So do not contact, if you are to be released, when you get your bond out, be sure to contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
$25,000 bond.
Yes.
All right.
On your next case, you have a warrant for violating your probation. You have existing counsel. You have probation revocation hearings set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. You have a secured appearance bond in that case in the amount of $500. And as stated, if you get released, be sure to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. You have a warrant, and the next case is a warrant for violating your probation. I'm appointing counsel. Again, you have the probation revocation hearings set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. But in this case, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,500.
I had 2 warrants.
Yes.
How can you double a warrant?
You have 2 different cases that you are on probation for 2 different cases. One is a 2022 case and one's a 2023 case.
It's confusing to me because I was on probation.
You may be a concurrent probation, like you obviously one probation case, like one probation officer, but for 2 different cases. If you go to your left, you get your paperwork. All right. Russell Glasser, please come to the podium. Gabriel Hernandez Fidel, please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Could you please state your full name?
Russell Scott Glasser,
Thank you. Your date of birth?
7/23/84.
Thank you. You have a warrant for failing to appear for court.
Yes, I was actually in the hospital that morning.
Okay. Well, be sure to, I'm going to appoint counsel to, well, actually, no, you already have existing counsel, but there is a warrant for $50,000. I'm going to affirm that warrant. Perhaps if you have your attorney bring proof that shows that you were in the hospital, they can modify that. But at this moment, I'm going to leave it as it is.
You don't want to bomb me out anyways, don't matter.
Oh, okay. Well, you, as I stated, you have existing counsel. Your status conference will be September the 18th at 8:30 a.m.
Didn't I already sign for probation for 2.5 years?
I have no idea what you have. I only have the fact that you didn't show up and then you have this court date. So we have the status conference is set for September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. and you have secured appearance bond of $50,000. So you just go to your left, you get the paperwork.
Thank you.
Gabriel Hernandez Fidel, please come to the podium. Richard Ostler, please go to the chair. Hello, Gabriel, please, yes, please tell me your name.
Gabriel Hernandez.
And is it Omar Hernandez Fidel?
Yeah.
Okay, and your date of birth?
09/15/2005.
All right, and you have a warrant that came out of the grand jury, so they've already found probable cause. It is for 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon as a Class 3 felony and 3 counts of endangerment as a Class 6 felony. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have an arraignment set on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. to secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. If you bond out, you are to be placed on pretrial services for alcohol testing and drug testing and monitoring. Okay? If you go to your left, you'll get your paperwork. Richard Osler, please come to the podium. Alyssa Hopper, please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Could you
Hello.
please state your name?
Richard Douglas Osler,
Thank you, and your date of birth?
11/24/68.
Thank you. Now, you are being charged with 1 count of arson of a structure on property, it's Class 4 felony, and 1 count of criminal damage, it's a Class 6 felony. Again, this was where I determined factual basis that, did I determine factual basis? Yes, that this is a cash-only bond in the amount of $100,000. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You're not to initiate contact with the alleged victims. Okay? If you go to your left, you get your paperwork. Alyssa Hopper, please come to the podium. Elizabeth Cannon, please go to the chair. Hello. Could you please state your name?
Alyssa Joy Hopper,
Thank you. Your date of birth?
4/23/92.
Thank you. Now, you are being charged with 1 count of burglary in the 3rd degree as a Class 4 felony and 1 count of theft, having control of lost property as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for these charges. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m. And I'm going to set a secured appearance bond in this case in the amount of $15,000. Yes, if you go to your left, you'll get your paperwork. Elizabeth Cannon, please come to the podium. Hello, can you please state your name?
Elizabeth Ola Cannon,
And your date of birth?
September 17, 1988.
Thank you. You are being charged with 1 count of aggravated taking ID as a Class 3 felony, 3 counts of burglary as a Class 4 felony, 1 count of taking the identity of another as a Class 4 felony, 1 count of taking a theft credit card controlling as a Class 5 felony. Is this, yes, this was where, just making sure. Yes, I found probable cause for these charges. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $30,000. Just go to your left to get your paperwork. Jacinda Fanning, please come to the podium. Charles Fick, please go to the chair. Hello. Hi. Okay. And now, first of all, we have 4 cases. I have 4 cases for you before we today, so we can just go through them together. But now, I need your name.
Jacinda Fanning.
And your middle name is Rose?
Yeah.
Okay, and your date of birth?
5/4/92.
And that is the same name and date of birth. I have all of 4 of these. So we'll just, as I stated, they are number 8, 9, 10, and 23 on the docket today. So on number 8, it is an arrest warrant for the underlying charge is 1 count of possessing or using a narcotic drug as a Class 4 felony and 1 count of possessing or using drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m. And I'm setting a secured appearance bond in this case only in the amount of $50. This is basically a placeholder because you have two justice court cases. Both of them are actually, I believe, from Santan Justice Court. It is, so the number 9 on the docket, it is for, the underlying is for possession of drug paraphernalia as Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm appointing counsel because you're being held in custody. It is for cash, actually both of them are for cash only appearance bonds in the amount of $680. And they were both for drug paraphernalia. So then you also have another case that we actually just got as we were coming into court. We found that you had another page 2, basically, that you had another warrant out of Pioneer Justice Court out of Pinal County that is a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. I can't appoint counsel to you on that one because it's another court out of another county, but if you were in custody, they should appoint your counsel. Okay? And that one is for, the underlying charges is 1 count of shoplifting as a misdemeanor and 2 counts of failing to appear. Okay? But that one is a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. If you go to your left, you'll get all that paperwork. Charles Fick, please come to the podium. David Graham, please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Could you please state your name?
Hello, I'm Charles Fick. My birthday is 11/30/1995.
And your middle name is Michael?
Yes.
Okay, and as I said, I have 4 cases before me today for you, and they all have the same name and date of birth. It's number 6, 7, 21, and 22 on the docket today. I'm going to start with number 6. It is a warrant out of the grand jury. It's 1 count of possessing or using a narcotic drug as a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possessing a weapon by prohibited person as a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possessing or using a drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony. The offense date on those were May 30th of 2023. The grand jury already found probable cause. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have an arraignment set on September the 19th at 8:30 a.m., and I am following the grand jury's recommendation, which was a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. On number 7 on the docket, which is a Superior Court family warrant, it is a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $100.
I already paid that.
Okay, well,
I mean, I paid that, and I already went to court, and they already told me they were going to squash it, which I don't understand why it's still not squashed. And I've already talked to the judge about this situation already.
well, I don't know if then it somehow came back because you have the warrant and
the money keeps coming out of my checks every week. I work every week.
all I can tell you is that I'm having to do this initial appearance on this warrant, and it is for $100. So I'm affirming the warrant amount of $100, but you have a hearing set for September the 18th at 10 a.m. On the next case, it is for a city court, for Peoria Municipal Court, and it is for 1 count of possessing drug paraphernalia from December the 6th of 2023. If you remain in custody, you'll be appointed counsel at the next hearing. You have an arraignment on September the 16th at 9 a.m. You have a cash-only appearance bond in that case in the amount of $700. You have another one from Peoria, which is, as I stated, another warrant out of municipal court in Peoria, which is for 1 count of disorderly conduct fighting as a Class 1 misdemeanor. If you're to remain in custody, you'll be appointed counsel. You have an arraignment on September 16th, again, same date and time, September 16th at 9 a.m. And you, again, cash-only appearance bond, but in this one it's $320. Right, if you just go to the left, you'll get your paperwork. David Graham, please come to the podium. Jamie Benali, please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can you please state your name?
David Graham,
And your date of birth?
10/10/1999.
Thank you. You have a warrant out of Santan Justice Court, and it is for an extreme DUI with a .20 or more as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have an arraignment set on September the 17th at 8:30 a.m. You have a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $2,436.57 on that case. You have another warrant out of Superior Court because you failed to show up, and that is for 1 count of endangerment as a felony and 1 count of misdemeanor DUI. I am appointing counsel to represent you, although you may have existing counsel. You have a disposition hearing set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. You have a secured appearance bond in that case in the amount of $500. So I guess that was underlined. So you actually, this is a probation case? Let me see what the warrant states. Because it says failure to appear. Oh, you failed to appear for your disposition.
Okay.
So disposition is usually after probation violation.
Okay.
Okay? So that one's for $500. That's in Superior Court. And the other one is Justice Court. Right? So you'll get the paperwork. So you'll have 2 different courts that you have to go to. All right? But make sure you go to both of them.
Okay.
All right? And so just go to the left to put your paperwork.
Thank you.
Jamie Benali, please come to the podium. And Anthony Martini, please come to the chair. Okay. And can you please state your name?
Jamie Benali,
Your middle name is
Reno,
Reno, and your date of birth?
12/26/96.
Thank you. You have a warrant for violating your probation. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have probation revocation hearings set on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. If you do bond out, be sure to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. If you go to your left, you'll get your paperwork. Anthony Martini, please come to the podium. Valeria Marquez Corena, please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can you please state your name?
Anthony Thomas Martini.
Thank you. And you are being charged with 1 count of possessing or using a narcotic drug as a Class 4 felony, and you have 1 count of DUI as a misdemeanor and 1 count of DUI drugs as a misdemeanor. I found the DUIs as misdemeanors with probable cause. I did not find probable cause for the possession of a narcotic drug as a Class 4 felony. They just basically stated that there was fentanyl. There wasn't any probable cause. It was just sort of a statement.
Mm-hmm.
So, however, all I have is like one little Form 4. I don't have a police report. So that doesn't get rid of the charges. It doesn't really, all I have is to deal with is like information to be able to determine release conditions. So it doesn't really dismiss anything.
Yeah.
But I do, so that just explained to you what the situation is. So if I found no probable cause for any of the charges, all I can do is just get rid of, I can't hold you. Mm-hmm. Okay? But I just wanted to let you be aware. So so if you didn't show up for court, you just said, oh, well, Commissioner Hunt said that there was no probable cause. That doesn't mean you can't go to court. Okay? So go to court. But I am appointing counsel to represent you in your case, and you definitely can, of course, fight your charges. Because if all they had was what I was given, then you definitely would be able to win that one charge, at least, the way that I can see it.
Okay.
Because there was nothing there. However, if they actually do have evidence that they could present, then, they could definitely, they'd be able to do so later on. I am going to, so right now they have is the misdemeanor DUIs, but this is still Superior Court charges. I am going to appoint counsel to represent you. You have a status conference that's set on September the 26th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing set on September 30th at 8:30. And I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance.
Thank you.
So on your promise to appear, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
So is he OR?
Yes, he's OR. Valeria Marquez Carreno? That is what the paperwork should have said. Did you see something different? Okay. It was just the fact that I was letting him know, like, the PC, like, there was no PC found on that one thing. Which is what I take into consideration when I determine these conditions. Okay. So, could you please state your full name?
Valeria Juanita Márquez Carreno.
Thank you. And your date of birth?
June 17, 2002.
All right. Now, you have a warrant for your arrest.
Your Honor?
Yes.
LEP.
Oh. Okay. So it still sounded like you spoke English.
He should be online.
Sure. Hello, are you there?
Hello, this is Donald. I am your line reach Spanish interpreter, ID number 9116, and ready for your instructions.
Thank you so much. I have Ms. Carreno here, and I think we're ready to proceed. So I'll just start asking my questions.
Okay.
Can you please? Okay. We'll just start from the beginning again. So please tell me your name.
Okay. Once again, my name is, or is that the question for her? So I'm sorry.
No, that's the question for her. Please tell me your name.
Okay. Okay, por favor, dígame su nombre.
Valeria Juanita Márquez Carreno.
Valeria Juanita Márquez Terreno.
Your date of birth?
Su fecha de nacimiento.
Junio 17 del 2002.
June 17th, 2002.
You're here for a warrant for your arrest.
Y acá está por su orden de arresto.
It's for direct complaint for forgery.
Sí, entonces, y esto es por una queja directa de falsificación.
For data violation of February the 15th of 2024.
Fecha de violación, de infracción fue el febrero 15 del 2024.
So probable cause has already been found.
Y la causa probable ya ha sido encontrada.
I'm going to appoint counsel to represent you.
Voy a tener consejería para que le represente.
You have a status conference set on September the 26th at 8:30 a.m.
Y usted tiene este estatus de conferencia programada para el 26 de septiembre a las 8:30 a.m.
And a preliminary hearing set on September the 30th at 8:30 a.m.
Y la audiencia preliminar va a ser para septiembre 30 a las 8:30 a.m.
It's at Superior Court in Phoenix, at 175 West Madison Street.
Y esto es con la Suprema Corte en Phoenix, en la 175 West Madison Street.
I'm going to release you on your own recognizance.
Y le voy a entonces a liberar con su propia reconocimiento.
Does you promise to appear to court?
Y usted promete presentarse a corte.
You are not to initiate contact with the alleged victims, not to have any contact with them.
Y usted no va a iniciar ningún contacto con la víctima, con la presunta víctima, no va a tener ningún tipo de contacto con ellos.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Then if you go to your left, you'll get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Sí, vaya a la izquierda y ahí le van a dar el papeleo.
Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you. Eso es todo.
And I think we have one more.
Creo que tenemos una más.
Nicasio Morales.
Okay. Casio Morales.
Yes.
Yes. Can you please tell me your name?
Nicasio Martínez Morales.
Nicasio Martínez
Tell him to
Morales.
let us, I need you to let us interpret. Let the interpreter interpret.
Oh, okay.
Sí, vamos a dejar que el intérprete interprete, ¿está bien?
Está bien, de acuerdo.
Okay. Of course.
Please, let's start over, and please tell me your full name.
Vamos a empezar de nuevo. Dígame su nombre completo.
Nicasio Martínez Morales.
Nicasio Martínez Morales.
And then your date of birth?
10-11-90. 10-11-90.
10-11-90.
Okay. You are being charged with one count of taking the identity of another person as a Class 4 felony.
Sí. Ustedes le están imputando el delito, de tomar la identidad de otra persona. Esto se pone como un delito de 4ª clase.
One count of possession of dangerous drugs as a Class 4 felony.
Y también posesión de droga peligrosa. Esta droga peligrosa está clasificada como 4 o en tipo 4 del tipo de falta o infracción.
One count of possessing drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony.
Y también posesión de droga parafernalia. Esto también es clasificado como un delito.
I found probable cause for these charges.
Y tenemos causas probables para sus cargos.
Okay.
I am appointing counsel to represent you.
Y tengo al consejero a quien le va a representar a usted.
You have court at Superior Court in Phoenix, 175 West Madison Street.
Y usted tiene la cita en la corte. Eso va a ser en la Corte Superior o en Phoenix, en la 175 West Madison Street.
You have a status conference on September the 18th at 8:30 a.m.
Y el estatus de la conferencia para el septiembre 18 a las 8:30 a.m.
in a preliminary hearing on September the 22nd at 8:30 a.m.
Y tiene la audiencia preliminar para el 22 de septiembre. Eso es a las 8:30 a.m.
De acuerdo.
You have a secured
Of course.
appearance bond. Oh, sorry. You have a secured appearance bond in this case in the amount of $2,500.
Si usted tiene una fianza asegurada, para este caso el monto es de $2,500.
¿2,500?
2,500.
Yes, or 2,500.
Sí, 2,500. Okay.
But you can use a bonding company.
Sí, pero usted puede utilizar la compañía que hace todo esto.
Okay.
So if you go to your left, you can get your paperwork.
Entonces puede ir a la izquierda y puede recoger su papeleo.
Okay, muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Okay. Then I just have, thank you so much. We don't have anybody else left in the room.
Okay.
Okay. I appreciate your help.
Thank you for calling Libraries. It's a pleasure. Thank you for calling Libraries for Language Needs. Goodbye. Take care.
Bye. Then the only then just to finish the calendar, we have one house call for Michael Sheldon Hull, who's not able to be brought over because of behavioral issues. Michael Sheldon Hall, date of birth October 6, 1976. He has a new case out of Surprise Municipal Court. He's being charged with 1 count of assault as a Class 1 misdemeanor, 2 counts of disorderly conduct fighting as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for these charges. I was not able to determine indigency at this time, and did not find it necessary because I'm going to be releasing him OR. He has an arraignment set for October the 7th at 1:30 p.m. Okay. If there are any changes, I will come back and make those changes on the record. Okay. Well, maybe.
All right.
All right, thank you. Please be seated. right, can the interpreter hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Good morning, Your Honor. This is Lázaro Fernandez, court interpreter.
Good morning. All right, this is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for September 12th, 2025.
Muy bien, buenos días. Esta es la comparecencia inicial de las 11 de la mañana del día 12 de septiembre del 2025.
The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 2 a.m. calendar on the first of the month will also apply to these hearings.
Las órdenes emitidas por el juez el primer día de este mes, de ese calendario, a las 2 de la mañana, serán aplicadas para la toma de ADN y huellas dactilares.
Ms. Camila Perez Valencia, will you please come to the podium?
Señorita Camila Pérez Valencia, ¿puede por favor pasar al podio?
Good morning, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Buenos días, señorita. ¿Puede usted por favor decirme su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento?
Camila Alexandra Pérez Valencia y nací el 23 de abril de 1999.
Camila Alexandra Pérez Valencia, and I was born on April 23rd, 1999.
Thank you. You have been arrested on the following allegation.
Gracias. Ha sido usted arrestada por los siguientes alegatos.
Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. That's a class 3 felony.
Agresión agravada con un arma mortífera o instrumento peligroso. Ese es un delito de clase 3.
There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you for the remainder of the case.
He determinado que existe motivo razonado por este y he nombrado a un abogado para que le represente en el resto de ese caso.
I'm going to schedule your first 2 court dates, which are as follows.
Voy a fijar sus primeras 2 fechas de comparecencia, las cuales van a ser las siguientes.
First, a status conference on September 26th at 8:30 in the morning.
La primera va a ser una consulta de actualización el día 26 de septiembre a las 8:30 de la mañana.
And a preliminary hearing will be held September 30th at 8:30 in the morning.
Y una audiencia preliminar, la cual se va a ventilar el día 30 de septiembre a las 8:30 de la mañana.
The state recommended that is the prosecutor, recommended that the court set bail in your case. However, I am not going to do that.
La fiscalía, el abogado de la fiscalía en su caso ha recomendado que el juez fije una fianza en su caso. Sin embargo, yo no voy a hacer eso.
That is for 2 reasons. First, that the dangerous instrument alleged is a cellular telephone.
Bueno, eso es por 2 razones. La primera es que el instrumento peligroso alegado acá es un teléfono celular,
which the court finds has a lower likelihood of causing serious injury than many things that people can hit one another with.
la cual la juez determina tiene una probabilidad menor de causar algún tipo de lesión severa comparada a las muchas cosas que puede utilizar alguien para golpear a alguien más con.
And also because the reason the state gave for that was that you have an indication in your criminal history of a 2024 immigration case that may remain open.
Y en adición a eso, porque la razón por la cual mencionó la fiscalía eso es porque tiene un caso previo del año 2024 con inmigración que quizás permanezca aún abierto.
But there is no other indication in what is available to the court of what your legal status in this country may be.
Pero no hay ninguna otra indicación que esté disponible para el juez sobre cuál es su estado legal en ese país.
And the existence of that entry in your criminal history is not enough, this court believes, to presume that you don't have legal status to be here.
Y la razón por la cual aparece eso en sus antecedentes de esa entrada no es suficiente. Este juez presume que no tiene o tiene estado legal acá, para permanecer acá.
So I'm going to release you on an electronic ankle monitor.
Por lo tanto, voy a permitir que sea usted excarcelada con una tobillera de monitoreo electrónico.
I'm actually going to note in your order, though, that if you do have a hold here at the jail from federal law enforcement, that the ankle monitor would be installed after you are released from their custody.
De hecho, voy a hacer una anotación acá, la cual quiero que refleje que si tiene usted una orden de retención acá por parte del gobierno federal, que se le coloque esa tobillera solo después de haber sido usted excarcelada del gobierno federal.
I need a moment to type that into my order.
Necesito apenas un momento para poder yo integrar eso acá en la orden.
All right. The language I'm adding will say as follows.
Muy bien, la manera en la cual estoy redactando yo eso va a reflejarse de la siguiente forma.
If the defendant is picked up by federal authorities based on an immigration hold,
Si el acusado es levantado por las autoridades federales basado en una orden de retención migratoria,
then the electronic monitoring shall be installed after release, and you are ordered to call pretrial services within 24 hours of any release from federal custody.
entonces el monitoreo electrónico debe ser colocado de forma posterior a el haber sido excarcelado y se le ordena que contacte usted a la agencia de control de procesados dentro de 24 horas de haber sido usted liberada.
If they have not placed a hold on you here at the jail, then you will be processed for release in the normal way.
Si no han obtenido ellos una orden de retención acá en la cárcel, va a ser usted procesada para que sea excarcelada de la forma normal.
And after court, the detention officers will be able to find out if you do have an immigration hold at the jail. But if one is placed there before you actually make it out the door, then you will go into federal custody, not hit the street.
Y bueno, después de que termine la audiencia, se procesa esta orden a menos de que tenga usted esa orden de retención del gobierno federal, la cual se llevaría a cabo entonces la procesación para su liberación antes de salir a la calle una vez que sea liberada del gobierno federal.
Many things have changed about those processes and decisions in the last year, and so I am unaware of how likely it may be that you have that hold.
Hay muchas cosas que han cambiado en ese tipo de procesos en el transcurso del último año, así que no estoy segura exactamente sobre cómo se va a llevar eso a cabo y si tiene usted en sí o cuál es la posibilidad de que tenga una orden de retención.
But based on your country of origin, it is reasonably possible.
Pero basado en el país del cual es usted originaria, es posible.
So I'm going to now proceed on the assumption that you will be out of custody here in Phoenix wearing this ankle monitor.
Voy entonces yo a proceder asumiendo que va a estar usted fuera de custodia utilizando este monitoreo electrónico en el tobillo aquí en Phoenix.
You may not go to nor live at the scene of the alleged crime.
No puede regresar usted ni tampoco vivir en el lugar de los supuestos hechos.
You may do a civil standby one time with a law enforcement officer to collect belongings, and then you must go and stay somewhere else.
Puede tener usted una visita civil una vez con la presencia de un policía asistente para que pueda recoger pertenencias si es necesario y entonces residir en otro lugar.
And you must provide proof of that alternative residence to pretrial services within 24 hours after being released to the street.
y van a necesitar usted proporcionarle pruebas de esa otra vivienda a la Agencia de Control de Procesados dentro de 24 horas de haber sido usted excarcelada.
Do not have any contact with the alleged victim and do not respond to contact from him.
No tenga ningún contacto usted con la supuesta víctima y no responda usted a ningún contacto con este.
Do not possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription.
No debe encontrarse en tenencia usted de ningún arma y de tampoco ninguna droga sin tener una receta válida.
You may not possess or consume any alcohol.
No debe encontrarse en tenencia usted ni consumir ningún tipo de bebidas alcohólicas.
You must obey the terms of any order of protection that might be served on you.
Debe de cumplir usted con las restricciones de cualquier orden de alejamiento de la cual se le entregue un aviso de.
Which means if the victim goes and gets such an order and it is served on you.
Lo que significa que ese sería el caso si la víctima va y obtiene tal orden y se le entrega a usted el aviso de esta.
Everything I just told you is on your paperwork. So if you step to your left, the officer will give you a copy. Thank you.
Todo lo que acabé de mencionar le aparece en los documentos que si pasa usted acá al lado izquierdo, el agente le va a entregar. Gracias.
Thank you.
All right. And can the interpreter make a general call?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. Buenos días. ¿Se encuentra alguien más presente el día de hoy que requiera de los servicios del intérprete?
No, for which? For that one?
No, I just want to make
At
sure
all?
she's here.
No, I'll double check, but no, I didn't. 1 second.
She happens to all that share.
Okay, thanks. No, I see the rec email and no separate and nothing in there. Let's double check. Okay, thanks. Okay. Get back to the right screen. All right. I was looking for Aisha Thomas. Sorry if I thought I called the name. Maybe I didn't do it very loud, or maybe I didn't do it. Aisha Thomas, gray T-shirt, probably about 35. Oh, yeah. Oh, the interpreter. Please have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you. Okay, you too. Okay, ma'am, may I please have your full name and your date of birth?
Aisha Chantel Thomas,
What's your date of birth?
6/29/91.
All right, thank you. And could I have Manuel Loya Guillen please go to the chair just inside the door? You'll be next. Manuel Loya Guillen. All right, Ms. Thomas, you are before the court on 3 things. They are all probation warrants. 2 from Maricopa County, 1 from Pima County, where I assume you're probably being courtesy supervised here for the Pima case, but the probation revocation proceedings for that case have to happen in the home county, and that's Pinal. So I'm going to start with that one, which is number 10 on the calendar. Pima County issued a warrant for your arrest because there's been a petition to revoke your probation filed there. And this was issued December 18th of last year. Looks like you're on probation for a burglary offense, and you're going to have a next court date in Pima County of September 17th at 8:30 in the morning. That is 5 days from today, down in Tucson at the Pima County Superior Court. That court has already ordered that you are to be held without bail in their case. So you do not have bond in the Pima County case. This court affirms that order pursuant to Rule 7.2C. What's that?
What about if I was locked up last year around that time?
It's not a failure to appear warrant, ma'am. It's a probation violation warrant. So whether you were or you weren't, and whether that's relevant to lots of things, talk to your lawyer down in Pima. They will give you a lawyer when you get there. Probation violation warrants don't have anything to do with failing to appear in court. So you're also here on the 2 Maricopa County warrants. You're on probation for 1 felony and 1 misdemeanor in Maricopa County. So the petitions to revoke that were filed here allege that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get copies of those from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. These warrants issued January 10th of this year. I'm going to give you a Maricopa County lawyer for this case. Pima County will have to give you a lawyer for their case when you get there. So here in Maricopa County, you have an upcoming court date, which is 6 days from today. It is September 18th at 8:30 in the morning. It's a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing in the downtown Phoenix Superior Court. In the felony case, which is number 8 on the calendar, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. In the misdemeanor case, you have a $100 secured appearance bond. So that's $600 total in Maricopa County, but you are still held without bond in the Pima case. So practically what's going to happen is even if you post that bond, they're going to call Pima and tell them to come and pick you up. You'll miss the court date in Phoenix, and there'll be a warrant issued for your arrest. So talk to your lawyer before you think about whether posting these bonds. I think it won't do you any good. If you don't post them, Maricopa is going to tell Pima to wait. And you'll deal with your Maricopa cases, and when you're done in Maricopa County, they'll notify Pima that you can be picked up and taken down there. But you can talk to your lawyer more about all of this. The defense lawyers all know how this works between two counties. So you've got a court date on the 18th in Phoenix. Your court date again in Tucson is the day before, but if you're still here in custody on the Maricopa cases, they're not going to transport you to Pima County. You won't go to Pima until Maricopa is completely done with you. So talk to your lawyer about how that works. I'd just like to give people an idea.
So I have a court date over here on the 18th?
On the 18th, which is 6 days from today. Good luck, man. If you step to your left, you get your paperwork. Mr. Loya again. And then Joel Campbell, will you please go to the chair?
Hey, Your Honor.
Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
Manuel Loya again, August 24, 2006.
All right, you are here on a new case. You were arrested for one allegation of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. It's a Class 3 felony, and discharging a firearm in the city limits, which is a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for both of those things, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be a status conference, September 18th at 8:30 in the morning, which is 6 days from now, and a preliminary hearing September 22nd. Those are both at 8:30. The court address is on your paperwork. Please give me one moment. Something occurred to me about your case. I want to read it briefly. Okay. All right. In your case, the state has recommended a $50,000 bond. I've looked at your criminal history, such as it is, and what we know about your juvenile history, because you're not far away from being a juvenile. It's not much. And so based on the totality of what's alleged, and the fact that the police don't specifically allege that your sister was in the vehicle when they say you fired a round into it, that's unclear. If it were clear, I would set $50,000. It's not clear, but the court believes that what is being alleged indicates extreme danger. It indicates a likelihood of violation of release conditions. So bail is set in your case at $25,000 secured. What I forgot to do, apologies, I got to reprint. I'm going to put you on an ankle monitor if you post it, because I want you kept honest about staying away from that location. I know you asserted to pretrial that your sister doesn't live there. The police assert that she does. There's also witnesses in the neighborhood, and you are ordered to stay away from them as well. So what you're allowed to do is collect belongings on a civil standby, and then you have to provide proof of your temporary or alternative address to pretrial services within 24 hours. If you can prove she doesn't live there, work with your lawyer to prove that to the trial court, and you can get that order changed. But the court believes on these facts and significant victim safety issues posed by these allegations, the court is not going to permit you to reside there unless you get another court order.
Yeah.
So everything is going to be on your paperwork. No weapons, to the extent you own any more or have possession of any others. You need to get them into someone else's possession and control where you do not live. No alcohol. You are under 21. I'm not asking you to comment on this because it's probably a crime.
Yeah.
But you told pretrial services you work at a liquor store. Is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what I figured out is you're 19. Now, could be legal. Maybe it is, but I firmly believe if you are even listing a case of sealed bottles and stocking them on a shelf, you are breaking the law. And so that's why I'm not asking you not to comment on whether you work at a liquor store. I'm just pointing out that term 1 of your release conditions is do not commit new crime.
Yeah.
So if you've been working sort of under the table, on the sly, at a liquor store, they're grossly violating their permit from the state of Arizona and can lose their license for it. You are committing a misdemeanor every time you touch a sealed bottle of alcohol. Don't do it. Everything's on your paperwork. Obey any order of protection that might be served on you. No victim contact. Don't respond to any from her. And again, no contact with any of those witnesses. Everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, you get a copy.
Thank you.
Ms. Campbell. And then Jennifer Albron, will you go to the chair? Right here, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth? Do you have some hearing issues? Are you having trouble hearing me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We also have headphones. We can also close the door and it will echo less.
Okay.
Okay, can we try closing the door, please, officer, see if we can cut the echo?
Thank you.
Yeah, give us 1 second. If it does not work, we also have headphones if you want them.
Okay.
Is that better, or would you like headphones?
It is better.
Okay, you tell me at any time if you want the headphones and we will set them up, okay? It's important that you can understand me.
Okay.
Okay. May I please have your full name and your date of birth?
Joan Ann Campbell, date of birth is January 3rd, 1946.
All right, thank you. You've been arrested on 1 allegation of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, which is a Class 3 felony. Based on what the police presented today, there is probable cause for it, so I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you for the remainder of the case. I'm setting your first 2 court hearings. That is a status conference, September 18th at 8:30 in the morning. That's next week. And a preliminary hearing is scheduled for September 22nd at 8:30. The dates and the court address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork. In this case, the state requested, let me double check, make sure I say it right, a $50,000 cash-only bail. I am not setting that, but I am setting bail that's not that much and not cash only. Based on what has been alleged against you and the apparent strength of the evidence, the court is concerned that you do pose a safety risk to the alleged victim as well as to the witness. So I am ordering a $10,000 secured appearance bond. Secured means you can use a bail bond company to possibly post bail for less than the full amount. If you post it, you will be on an ankle monitor to ensure that you comply with the no contact orders. I know you told pretrial you don't have another place to stay. You will be required to find one. You can go to an Airbnb, a hotel, a friend's house, or a shelter if you have to. There are lists of shelters and community resources at release when you're headed out once you've posted the bail. Then you can try calling some of them, but you may not reside where the alleged victim resides. You may not have any contact with him. You may not respond to any contact from him, nor with the witness. You may not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. If you are served with an order of protection, you must comply with that as well. Everything I just told you is on your paperwork. If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you a copy. Thank you. Okay, thank you. All right, let's get Ms. Albrand in here. And then Sinead Davis-Martin, will you go to the chair? Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Jennifer Lynn Albrand, 102673.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for allegations of possessing dangerous drugs for sale and transporting dangerous drugs for purposes of sale. Those are Class 2 felonies. Simple possession of dangerous drugs, that's a Class 4 felony. Possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. And they did book you, I found probable cause for the paraphernalia and the dangerous drugs. I did not find probable cause for the alleged narcotics because the police said they had to submit that for laboratory testing to prove that it is what they allege it is, which was fentanyl powder. But that doesn't meet the standard for probable cause for purposes of this hearing. Only that allegation is not dismissed. The state can still go forward on it. I'm just disregarding it for the purposes of setting release conditions. So you can talk to your lawyer about that. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is in 6 days. It's a status conference, September 18th at 8:30, with a preliminary hearing September 22nd at 8:30. The address will be on your paperwork. Your bond in this case is $5,000. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions. Do not miss your court dates. I think you've got 3 priors. You miss a court date, you're going to get a bond, and we usually set bond based on what someone is accused of, and you're accused of a class 2, and their criminal history. So the bond, you're going to lose this money, and the bond will go up. What's a secured bond? Secured means you can use a bail bondsman, so you can call them from back in the tank and possibly post bond for less, but that is basically a contract between you and them, so you have to call them, and they'll walk you through what they want. Okay. All right, thank you. There's Davis Martin. And then Sofia Valencia, will you go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Today, Davis Martin, 42890.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault on a first responder. It's listed as a class 5 felony here. That was recently increased to a class 4 felony. I'm not going to reprint your paperwork for that, just so you understand. So that is actually a class 4 felony. Resisting arrest, a class 6 felony. One allegation of attempted criminal damage is a class 2 misdemeanor. One allegation of obstructing a public roadway, that's a class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you in this case. I'm going to schedule your next 2 court dates. One is a status conference, September 18th at 8:30 in the morning. Also, a preliminary hearing is set for September 22nd at 8:30. So that's next Thursday and the following Monday. Those are in the downtown Superior Court. The address is on your paperwork. Now, in this case, based on what's been alleged, your criminal history and your out-of-state residency, I believe the state's recommendation is appropriate. That is $2,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that, I will permit you to travel to Illinois and return as long as you can get back here by the 18th, on the theory that you might be able to fly your child home in that period of time. But you have to return by the 18th, or we will issue a warrant for your arrest, and Arizona extradites. I always tell people, you do not want to be caught on an interstate extradition. It can take 6 weeks to be brought from one state to another if you flee on this warrant. But balancing all of the factors, I believe if you post the bail, I'm willing to let you travel as long as you come back by the 18th. And then if you want ongoing permission to stay in Illinois, as long as you show up that first time, your lawyer will have a good argument to get the trial court to permit you to go back and forth or to appear virtually or things like that. Okay. But I'm sure if you don't appear on the 18th, the trial court's not going to feel real motivated to let you stay in Illinois when we finally get you. Okay. Comply with your release conditions. Everything's on your paperwork that I just told you. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Valencia, and then Jeremy Proctor, will you go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Sofia Valencia, 10/11/1986.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a probation warrant. You're on probation for a class 4 felony, and there was a petition to revoke your probation filed on May 22nd of this year. That petition alleges that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get a copy of it from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date is going to be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing this Thursday, September 18th, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. The address is on your paperwork. Your bond is $250. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions. Call your probation officer within 72 hours of hitting the street, if you bond out. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that paperwork.
Thank you.
Good luck, ma'am. Mr. Proctor, after that, Nasir Pitts, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Jeremy Adam Proctor, 11/23/1991.
All right, thank you. You are here on a new case. You were arrested for disobeying the order or mandate of a court, also known as interfering with judicial proceedings. That is a class 1 misdemeanor, and there is probable cause for it. Your next court date is going to be an arraignment hearing September 22nd, which is 10 days from now, a week from Monday at 10 o'clock in the morning in the El Mirage City Court. That address will be on your paperwork. Based on the factors set forth in my written order, which includes a significant misdemeanor conviction history for DV and disobeying a court order offenses, I'm setting bail in your case. The court believes you don't have a tremendous amount of resources, and I believe on these facts, a sufficient amount of $250 secured. If you don't post that, there will be a lawyer there to represent you in El Mirage on the bond issue only. It will be up to El Mirage whether they appoint the lawyer for you for the rest of the case. You'll have to deal with that court, but I can give you a lawyer on the bond issue only if you're not able to post it. If you do post it, do not go to the scene of the alleged crimes for any reason. No person can invite you or give you permission to violate a valid court order. No one. People often like to say, they invited me over. That is not a legal defense. So, in any event, based on these facts, it appears the alleged victim definitely does not want you there. Don't go there. I don't care if they call and invite you. You may not go. This order remains in force and effect. You violate it. If you do it in a way that could be booked as harassment, then violation of my order is a felony. I put the statute on your paperwork. You can Google it if you are able. The statute says one act committed in violation of a no victim contact order in a criminal case. This is a criminal case. Can be booked as aggravated harassment, which is a felony. And the example I like to give is one text that says, I love you, I'm sorry. If a court finds that was harassment based on the totality of everything, you're going to be booked for a felony, and everything is going to get a lot more serious. So I'm telling you that because you have a history, a documented history of having issues with complying with court orders. You're not accused of hurting this person. If you were, frankly, the bond would be a lot higher. And in fact, it might be aggravated assault. Any simple assault committed in violation of this order is aggravated, automatically a felony. You can't poke her in the arm without it being a felony. So you need to take this order seriously. You need to come to court. Do not possess any weapons. No drugs without a valid prescription. You obey any and every order of protection that might have been served on you as a term of release in this case. You will have to post bail. If you do, you'll get out. These are your terms. Do not miss your court dates. If you step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Mr. Pitts? And then Lynette Ray, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Sir Pitts.
Which date of birth?
4/24/3.
Okay, thank you. You're here on a warrant from Peoria City Court, where you've been charged with theft of services, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and criminal trespassing as a Class 3 misdemeanor. This warrant was issued July 22nd of 2024. The alleged offense date is back on August 20th of 2023. Your next court date in Peoria will be September 16th, 4 days from now at 9 o'clock in the morning. The address for the Peoria City Court is on your paperwork. Your bond in this case is $250. It is secured. If you post it, be sure to comply with all of your release conditions. Everything is on your paperwork. I don't know the scene of this alleged crime, the theft of services, but no, don't go there. No contact with any victims there, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Everything is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, that will take care of this case. I think you may have a booking in city court, so check with the officers about whether you need to see a Phoenix judge. All right. Ms. Ray, Lynette Ray. Then Nancy Reed, will you go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Lynette Ray, 2/19/1973.
All right, thanks. You're here on a new case. You got booked in for possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you for the remainder of the case. Your next court date will be a status conference September 26th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing September 30th at 8:30. The address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork. I'm going to follow the risk assessment score recommendation that says pretrial services reporting should be enough. So I'm going to release you, but you do have to check in with pretrial services. We're going to give you an envelope with instructions. Don't lose the envelope. When you get out, call the number on your paperwork. They'll tell you when to check in with them, etc. It's not hard.
Okay.
Come to court, no weapons, no drugs, without a valid prescription.
Okay.
Good luck, man.
Okay.
You'll be released in a few hours, we hope.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Unless you have a hold, I don't know. Okay, talk to them. If you have a hold, I can't do anything about that. So do you know what city? Okay, Glendale's gonna get 24 hours to come get you and take you to their city jail and put you in front of a judge. So don't lose that envelope. You're gonna have to like keep it all the way through that trip.
Okay.
All right, good luck, man. Mr. Reed? And then Reed Allen. So I need Yancey Reed in court, please. Reed Allen at the chair, please. Who might be the sleeping guy? Let me see. Yeah, he's the sleeping guy, officer, in the back. All right, hi, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Yes, Yancey Reed, 11/11/1973.
All right, thanks. You're on a new case. You were arrested for possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date will be a status conference, September 26th, which is about 2 weeks from now, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Preliminary hearing, September 30th at 8:30 in the same court. On this type of charge, you also qualify for release to pretrial services, and on this type of charge, I am willing to give you a chance to come to court on your own. You have a long criminal history. You know that. I know that. It's not to say, though, that they aren't regularly, the county attorney is still not regularly offering drug treatment and probation to people in your situation. I'm telling you that because it's been a while. I don't know how long you know. It looks like he did 5 years in 2010. So these days, the county attorney is making probation offers to people who on drug charges who appear to have some substance abuse problem. There's no guarantee they'll make you that offer. I'm just letting you know. You shouldn't assume you're going to get a prison offer. You need to go to court. If you want to consider that offer, you need to show up, because if you don't show up, you'll look like a poor candidate for probation and they won't offer it to you. Go to court and talk to your lawyer. There are many outcomes possible. You can fight the charges and maybe beat them in trial, etc. But if you want to be around and out of custody while this is all happening, you critically need to show up for court. You got 6 priors. And so nobody's going to give you a big chance if you blow it. Don't blow it. You got 2 weeks to get there. Everything's on your paperwork. I put a phone number on your paperwork. A few days in advance, call the number. Make sure you still have a court date. Sometimes they wait to file these until they get lab results. And then the case will scratch for the moment. So I try to save people a wasted trip to court if they can understand what I'm telling them. I'd say a few days before the 26th. So, you know, maybe about Monday the 22nd or the 23rd. Call that number, give them your name and your case number and say, do I still have a court date? And if you don't, it'll save you a trip to court, but they can still charge you later. So it's all going to be on your paperwork. Just don't lose that. Don't miss your court date. Call pretrial services after you get out. That's the envelope. Don't lose that envelope. Okay? Good luck, sir. Got your paperwork.
You said the 23rd, though, right?
I misspoke if I did. It's the 26th.
I know, but you said a few days.
Oh, I'm saying that's when to call. I call that Monday or Tuesday. The 26th is a Friday. So, you know, call like Monday or Tuesday and say, do I still have a court date on Friday?
Okay.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Allen? And then Alexia Welch, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
It's Reed Allen. Date of birth is 01/07/1972.
All right, thank you. You are here on a new case. You were arrested for possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and shoplifting as a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be a status conference, September 26th at 8:30 in the morning, and a preliminary hearing September 30th at 8:30. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court. I'm also releasing you to pretrial services. Do not go to the scene of the alleged crimes or any Target store. You've got, well, I don't count the marijuana in my own mind anymore, so not counting the marijuana conviction, looks like you've got 6 prior felonies. So you're in the same boat as the last guy. If you want to be out of custody while you are fighting this case, showing up, seeing if they'll make you a probation offer, you have to show up. If you don't show up, nobody's going to give you a chance. This is your chance. I guess what I try to tell people is, I'm going to have zero sympathy for you. If you don't believe me, just wait and see. You got 6 priors. I gave you a chance to come on your own. If you don't do it, you will not be able to persuade me not to give you a bond next time. So, decide accordingly whether you're going to court. Everything is on your paperwork. I order you to go to court. If you just can't do the math or get yourself there, when we find you, you're going to end up with a bond. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that paperwork. You are released. Call into pretrial. Don't lose the envelope. Okay? You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck. Ms. Welch? And then Scott Kerma, will you go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
My full name is Alexia Abigail Yalik Welch, and my date of birth is 09/12/2000.
All right, thanks. You're on a new case. You were arrested for aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer as a Class 5 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. I'm scheduling your next 2 court dates, and that'll be a status conference, September 26th at 8:30 in the morning. That's 2 weeks from today. Preliminary hearing, September 30th at 8:30 in the morning. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court. I'm also releasing you to pretrial services. Based on what's been alleged against you, I'm going to make you drug and alcohol test, though. The police allege you were very, very significantly on something when this occurred, and the court believes that it looks like, from the totality of the circumstances, you're completely safe in the community as long as you're not using alcohol or illegal substances. So I want you to test to prove that you're not doing that. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. You're sober while the case is pending. Everything else is on your paperwork. I also make the boxes checked. You are legally required to submit to DNA testing at the arresting police department. Also, based on what's been alleged, it's entirely possible they may get an administrative order to force you to provide a sample for disease testing. Anytime there is an allegation that the defendant's bodily fluids went into the body of a first responder, they can get an administrative court order to force you to undergo disease testing. So certainly you are required to comply with those orders. You would take a bad situation and make it much worse. Looks like you have a good job. You should have a lot of external motivation to comply with these and go to court, fight your case, or take a plea, whatever you want to do. I gave you a lawyer. Just don't violate your release conditions while it's all going on. The state asked for a bond on you as well, but you don't really appear to have any criminal history. This appears to be an aberrant, occasion. It looks like this is your only arrest that we found. And they allege that you were wildly intoxicated at the time, which can make people behave in unusual ways. So everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, you can copy that.
I
Yes,
did
ma'am.
have a question. What about medications that are prescribed to me?
Oh, you'd have to disclose those. If you undergo all that, you can tell them, et cetera. And the way that consult with your lawyer.
Okay.
That's why we give you a lawyer. But
Okay.
I believe that if you're forced to undergo the disease testing, that's not automatically a drug screen. That's just disease testing. HIV, hepatitis.
Oh, okay.
They test you for nasty communicable diseases.
Right.
Anytime, if spit goes in a cop's mouth, if spit goes in an eye, if there's a blood exchange, they can force you to undergo disease testing.
It's because you're requesting that I do drug and...
No, I'm ordering you to DNA. Oh, that drug and alcohol? Oh, yeah, I apologize. I got myself confused.
No, you're fine.
You need to disclose that. You'll have to disclose all of that. And
Okay.
because they have ways to know if that's what it is or if that's not what it is. So you'll have to bring your prescription bottles and all that. There's a whole process for that.
Okay.
It's my long understanding. So when you call into pretrial, they're going to set up the testing. You can say, what do I need to bring to show what my valid prescriptions are?
Okay.
And so everybody's in that boat. So just deal with it however they tell you. Okay, all right. If you step to your left, you'll be all done. All right, Mr. Amador Chavez, and then Sierra Watson, will you go to the chair? Sorry? Oh, Scott Kerma. Okay, I got very confused. All right, you're good. Are you Mr. Amador Chavez? Okay, we'll do Kerma as well. I forgot him. Thank you. Mr. Amador, can I have your full name and your
Mario Alberto Amador Chavez, January 4, 1965.
All right, thank you. You are here on a warrant from the Encanto Justice Court for a case that apparently you were arrested for 5 years ago. So back on October 25th of 2020, you were arrested that's the offense date. This was charged later. I'm going to tell you, 1 second. It looks like in December they filed the charges and they could not find you and so it turned into a warrant. But you haven't missed any court dates in this case, which is important. So the charges are extreme DUI of 0.15 to 0.20 blood alcohol, DUI with 0.08 or more blood alcohol, and DUI by impairment to the slightest degree. Also possession of alcohol, an open container in a vehicle. All of those are misdemeanors, and they are alleged to have occurred on October 25th of 2020, and it looks like the arresting agency was the Department of Public Safety. So you'll get police reports through your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer to represent you, and I apologize, I have to reprint this one as well. Too many complicated pieces. I have to appoint the Maricopa County Public Defender. I didn't click the right box for the lawyer, so they wouldn't find out. They wouldn't know. And I need to reprint it, you guys, so that it goes to the right office. All right, so you'll have a public defender when you get there. Your next court date is October 2nd, so about 3 weeks from now, October 2nd, 1:30 in the afternoon in the Encanto Justice Court. The address is on your paperwork. Now, you have a real history of this offense. The police, I see, there was an arrest yesterday on those kinds of charges in Phoenix City Court. I don't know the status of that. They did not give me any detail. So I'm going to give you a chance to come to court on your own in this case because you never missed a court date in this case. But I'm deeply concerned that anybody who, oh no, this is the one, you didn't pick up a new case. No, it's complicated, so I don't think you did. I apologize. I think this refers to your arrest yesterday on this warrant. Okay. I'm still worried, and because you've got a history and of driving without a suspended license, of not appearing. A lot of this goes way back to the 90s. I've got criminal history on you back to 1995. So you need to go. All this is leading up to, I'm going to release you because this is an initial arrest warrant. You never had a chance to show up on your own. I'm going to give you a chance, fair and square, to show up and comply with release conditions, okay? If you don't, there's going to be a warrant for your arrest, and everyone will be able to see that on September 12th, I released you and gave you a chance to go, and you blew it off. You must go. I don't know the status of your license, so I'm just ordering that you not drive without a valid one. But I know your DUI convictions go back to the mid-90s, 1996. That tells me something. That tells me you have, at least until 2020, a serious alcohol problem. And people who repetitively drive when they're drunk eventually kill other people or themselves. They do. And it's so unbelievably dangerous. So I take that offense with incredible seriousness. But I'm not going to punish you for the fact that they didn't find you 5 years ago. I just want you to know you must take this seriously because we certainly do. If you are picked up for DUI while this case is pending, everybody down here is going to give you a bond because it means you're dangerous and you aren't smart enough to stop. So if you have a valid license, you can drive. What you cannot do at any time is drink. I'm prohibiting you from drinking. No alcohol. None. If there was a collision in this case, like an accident, no contact with whoever was in another vehicle, because they're a victim, they can get restitution. If there was no accident, then that doesn't apply.
What is no accident?
I check that box just in case.
Okay.
But everything's there, so you'll be released. Do not miss your court date, okay? If you're going to have trouble getting there, look up the number for the court, call them, and ask them to move the court date. Just don't fail to show up, okay? All right, there's your paperwork, sir. If you take that with you, you'd be out in a few hours.
Okay,
all right,
thank you very much.
Ms. Watson, and then Mr. Kerma next.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think that he's gonna stop drinking and
Hello,
driving?
ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
Sierra Watson, 12584.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and domestic violence offense. That's a legal status. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing on September 30th, so 2.5 weeks from now, 8:30 in the morning in the West Mesa Justice Court. The address will be on your paperwork. Neither the court nor the police listed any prior criminal history for you. So I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You are getting very specific release conditions, though, so you need to understand them and understand that you must comply with them. You can absolutely be arrested for failing to comply with these. So the victim child is the one that I absolutely prohibit you from having contact with. I don't know where that child is right now. That child may well be in DCS custody. They may be with a relative, but you may not have any contact with her. You may not respond to contact from her. Even though your other children are witnesses, which usually in criminal cases we order people not to have contact with the witnesses, and it's within the court's power to order no contact, I will permit you to have contact with, that means live with, parent, your non-victim children witnesses, so long as you don't discuss this case with them. You don't discuss the case, you don't even try to. Doing that, as I put in your paperwork, could constitute witness tampering or felony influencing of a witness. Don't do it. Just parent them and let the court case play out. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. You have to obey any order of protection that's been served on you. And so I noted you can't live where the alleged victim lives, and you can go back to and reside at the scene of the crime, which was like that Comfort Inn, provided she's not there. I doubt, I would assume the police called the Department of Child Safety. I don't honestly, I don't know. They didn't give me the age of the alleged victim, just that she was under 18. So I really don't know.
This judge talks a lot.
You'll have to find out when you get out. So you can go back there as long as she's not there. If she is, you'd have to find another place to stay. So everything's on your paperwork, and I'm willing to release you, provided you tell me you understand these orders and you will comply. Will you comply?
Yes, I will, but I do have something I gotta say.
Okay.
My daughter is 20 years old, so yeah, she's not 18.
So you're alleging she's not even a juvenile?
No, she's 20 years old.
Well, that may be, just one second, let me read it again. Okay, because this all gets very confusing. 1 second, because maybe that's why they booked it as assault as a misdemeanor instead of assault on a juvenile, which is a felony. Okay, hold on a second.
Come on, Judge, get it together over here. Man, those words could definitely mess somebody's life up. Difference between a minor and adult. Two totally different categories right here.
You're right. This is not inconsistent with, I think I just made assumption because they were talking about juveniles and the kids, and so, right, reading this, I get indeed that they don't actually say she was a juvenile. They talk about another daughter, a juvenile female. So, okay. So hopefully this is easier to comply with. So don't have contact with her, the 20-year-old. If she's been living with you, you can't live where she's living. If she's in that hotel with the other two kids, maybe you need to talk to the police about a civil standby. They go with you, they keep the peace so that you're not violating release conditions by banging on the door and saying, I want the kids. You call the police who have jurisdiction, looks like it's Salt River PD, and say, I need a civil standby because my kids are at that hotel room and my juveniles and I'm allowed to have contact with them, but the alleged victim is there. And I don't want to be accused of violating release orders. So they'll go with you, they'll keep the peace while you sort it out. You can't stay where she's staying. Even if you prepaid for the hotel room and your name is on the hotel room, if she still is staying there for a night or two, we don't order alleged victims to move in criminal cases, we order defendants to move. So, any other questions?
Yes. Okay, so for my car, I don't know if my daughter got the car or not, which, she do, that's fine.
Right.
But I have my personal things in there, like that I really, really need, like
car?
my medication. Yeah, my car is...
Right. So you can end up having to do a civil standby as well.
Yeah, so if she got the car and, like I said, we both was at the hotel, but if she got the car, then how am I going to get my stuff if I can't come near her?
I'm going to try to account for that 1 second.
You better walk. You better run. Man, this judge has been going for the last hour. She gives a little bit way too much information, if you will. But that's just me.
So I added, you can do a civil standby with law enforcement from the scene of the alleged crime and or from the defendant's vehicle if it is in the possession of the alleged victim. So if it's not in the alleged victim's possession, then you can take possession of the vehicle. If it's in her possession, law enforcement does not resolve disputes over property, nor do I. Then you could do a civil standby. If you don't want her to have the car, that's a separate legal issue. Might be a criminal one, might be a civil one, but if you're saying that's my car, she can't have it, and she won't give it up, that is separate and apart from these orders. So but you could do a civil standby, meaning the police come with you, you know, while you get your stuff out of the car, and then you guys will have to fight about the car later. But people do have to have permission to use one another's car, otherwise it could be a crime. So.
All right, I really don't know where my
Your
stuff
case is
at anyway.
unusually complicated, I'm sorry about that. By all of the factors, I'm releasing you. You must do your best to try in good faith to comply with these orders. Don't put yourself in a situation where somebody could get you accused of violating them, because you could be arrested for that. And then your situation goes from bad to worse. So your court date is in about 2.5 weeks. I gave you a lawyer. You're not going to end up meeting them until that court date, so it's going to be hard to get. I mean, we're going to give you a piece of paper. You may be able to pry some legal advice out of them between now and then. Hard to say. In the meantime, I'm releasing you. Do your best to keep the peace. Don't do anything that'll get you accused of violating the orders, okay?
Okay.
All right, everything's going to be on your paperwork. If you step to your left, we'll give that to you. Oh, yeah, right, sorry.
Step to the left.
Okay, yeah, I have to re-sign it because I added the car stuff. All right, Mr. Kerma?
Right, dynamite!
Where's Mr. Kerma? Scott Kerma? Is he asleep? He's got like a camo shirt and a goatee.
Camo shirt. Did she say camo?
My voice must be soothing.
Camo.
You get the time of day, or is my voice just soothing? People get really good naps in this court. We used to not permit that, you know, and now it's honestly, you can't. You cannot. Mr. Kerma, right here?
Take
right here,
all
sir?
the nap you want, if you will.
Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
Scott Yusuf Kurba,
What's your date of birth?
September 13th, 1989.
All right, thank you. You're on a new case. You got booked into jail for 3 things. For purposes of this hearing, the court found probable cause for one of them, but not the other 2. The one I found probable cause for is disorderly conduct, a Class 1 domestic violence misdemeanor. There is probable cause for that. There is not, for purposes of this hearing only, probable cause presented by the police for possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, or possession of prescription drugs without a prescription. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. And that is because the police did not provide enough information to support their assertion that that was drug paraphernalia, and that you did not have legal possession of those prescription drugs. They just said you had some prescription drugs. They didn't actually go so far as to indicate why I would think that you weren't legally in possession of them. So they're not dismissed, those 2 counts. They're pending against you, but what we do is we disregard those for purposes of setting release conditions. So talk to your lawyer about it, and it'll be up to the county attorney's office what you might ultimately be charged with. So right now, it's disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor. That's all I found probable cause for. Your status conference in this case is going to be September 26th at 8:30 in the morning. I have to send you to the downtown Superior Court because there is a felony alleged against you, even though I did not find probable cause on it. But that's why your next court date is in Superior Court. Then your preliminary hearing will be September 30th at 8:30 in the morning. And I am going to release you to pretrial services supervision. And I contemplated ordering you to drug test because there's an indication you were on drugs. And you've got criminal history for that. So you have unequivocal criminal history. And if I had to bet my life what that pipe was, I would bet that's a meth pipe. But they didn't meet the legal standard. So I'm going to release you to pretrial. I'm not going to make you drug test because I think it's iffy at this moment whether you're going to get charged in Superior Court or whether the county attorney is going to kick this down to a justice court. So I don't want to waste taxpayer money making you test when I also think I know that you would be positive. I'm going to just admit that.
Do you mind if I just say one thing?
No, because I also don't want you to incriminate yourself, so I'll let you say something at the end. Because I'm releasing you. I don't want people to incriminate themselves because of things that I said that when what you're saying probably won't move the needle. You have to stay away from this location. I recognize this as your girlfriend, that you know what I forgot to do? Do you have belongings there? Because they said you sometimes stay there.
No, that is my residence.
Well, what they allege is,
Yes.
you're the one with 3 felonies and a motive to lie. So, and the one who's here on a crime. So hold on. They allege
my
you
child
sometimes live there, but the girlfriend doesn't want you there when she has her kids. And so that is the allegation. Hold on a second. Right. That's what they allege. Whether that's true or not, focus on I'm releasing you Focus on, you have 3 felonies and your credibility is not going to be high. So be careful not to incriminate yourself trying to get me to let you go back in a DV situation.
Yeah.
Which we almost never do anyway. Go ahead.
No, what I was trying to say is, I have a child. So my mother passed away from cancer 6 months ago.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I moved into that house 6 months ago. So when the police said that, I told them to come ask my girlfriend, and she never even said that. I stay there every other week.
Okay, that's basically what they're saying.
Because I have to take care of my 83-year-old father the rest of the
They're
time.
saying you're intermittently staying there.
Yeah.
So you have belongings there.
Yeah.
She is living there. She is living there. So you can't live there. So, not while the case is pending. So, I will let you do a civil standby with law enforcement to collect belongings. Then you have to find an alternative residence, provide proof to pretrial within 24 hours. Maybe you can stay with your father. But you must find another place to stay. There's probable cause for a crime. I'm not going to let you live where the victim in a domestic violence case lives.
Okay.
It's a pretty simple equation for us, and nothing you've said persuades me that that's a bad order in this case.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I mean, I do have a child with her. That's why.
So what I like to tell people is keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah.
If you can figure out how to see your kid without violating release orders, you can, but this is for now. It's not forever. If you violate release orders and get arrested, you're going to take a bad situation and compound it by being locked up in jail.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
releasing you. I know it's hard not to see your child for a while. I'm not unsympathetic that you're charged with a crime. Well, you're accused of a crime. The police have booked you on it. The county attorney will decide what, if any, charges they ultimately bring. In the meantime, the court has to make orders to keep the peace while the case is pending. And I am concerned about, you have 2 dangerous drug priors and you've got an aggravated DUI prior. You have been, looks like you did 8 months jail or prison. They listed 8 months. You have a real criminal history. You're not accused of hurting anyone. That's why I'm releasing you. And so, but you need to stay away from there while the case is pending. Let the legal process play out.
Yeah, and that was in 2018, and mind you not, I went to rehab, after all that.
And you're not selling me on this, sir.
I know.
You're trying to convince me to let you go back.
No, it's not that. It's like the cop, like the prescription.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't even look at the prescription.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't find PC. That's why I didn't find PC.
Okay.
So talk to your lawyer about that one if you even get charged.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
never forget, you have 3 priors in Arizona. One of them is aggravated DUI. That prior can be used against you until you die. Once you take an aggravated DUI prior, talk to your lawyer. We call it a forever prior. It never expires. 40 years from now, if you are arrested for a felony, that will be a prison mandatory case if you are convicted because of this aggravated DUI conviction. People walking around with that need to be careful. Don't do things that get you arrested.
What's the aggravated DUI?
The aggravated DUI for the that felony can be used to enhance your sentence and kick you out of probation eligibility for the rest of your life.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty serious. And so though you're prison walking on any felony offense if you lose at trial. And I don't know what defense attorneys tell their clients, but if I were doing their job, I would make sure my clients understand. You take this conviction, you got a sword hanging over your head for all time because the state, if they win at trial on anything, no matter how far in the future it is, that prior can be used to enhance your sentence. So talk to your lawyer about that.
Yeah.
Aggravated DUI is one of the few, also third and subsequent, and it is your third and subsequent. So, Mr. Kerma, you didn't hurt anybody. I'm trying to release you. I'm just hoping that you'll comply with conditions, take this seriously, let all of this play out. Don't go back there until you're very sure you've got court orders that permit it, and, you know, the alleged victim's not going to call the cops on you.
Yes, sir.
Step to your left, you get your paperwork, you should be out in a few hours.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right, so officers, I've got Lisa Wright as a house call. Did she get isolated by the sheriff's office for being disruptive and or argumentative in general population as a safety risk, danger to others? All right, thank you. I did get an affirmative answer from the sheriff's office. So I will go see Ms. Lisa Wright, born 8/16/78, on her new Peoria City Court case. I'll advise her she has been arrested on allegations of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Those are domestic violence offenses. I do find probable cause for them, and I am appointing a lawyer for her for purposes of the bond issue only, and I'll let her know it's up to the Peoria City Court whether she gets a lawyer for the remainder of the case. Her arraignment hearing there will be September 16th at 9 in the morning, 4 days from today, in the Peoria City Court. The address will be on her paperwork. Based on what's been alleged against her and her criminal history, the court sets bail, my intent is set bail in this case at $500 secured with written release conditions that will include no return to the scene of the alleged crimes, no contact with the alleged victim, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and she must obey any order of protection. She has to find alternative residence and bring proof to her next court date, and I will permit her to do a civil standby to collect belongings. If anything changes after I conduct this initial appearance in-house, my final written order will reflect the court's ultimate decision in this case. The court will not be updating the recording on this case. My final order will reflect the court's decision after the initial appearance. With that, we will stand in recess until 2 p.m. today.